To say, hey guys, it's Claus. You know, sometimes you get a replay that's so good that you don't have to really worry about whether you put it on an episode of Carry the Stupids or The Biggest Asshole or My Pathetic Game or anything like that. And today we've got BK, just going to call him BK, in his SU-100, that inflexible tank with no turret, and he's going to show us how to play. And when you get a great game like this, you don't have to worry about the commentary and come up with an angle or even try and make it interesting. You can just concentrate on the game and not have to embellish, and just the video and the gameplay speaks for itself. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna just watch the game. And although I was just yesterday watching the Nature Channel, and there was a scientist on there that was trying to explain intelligence and among animals and how they related to humans and how different traits that the animals show can be a way of determining the level of intelligence. And he brought up that humans are very special because we have the opposing thumb and fingers, and one of the main things he mentioned was that the humans walk upright on two, we're bipedal, we walk on two legs. And most animals that have achieved the walking on two legs are, moving up in the intelligence ranks. And I was watching this and thought right away, what the fuck are you even talking about, buddy? I mean, chickens walk on two legs. I mean, fucking chickens aren't that smart, are they? These scientists, sometimes they just fucking flub around and say stupid things, and they believe them. Right? Animals that have achieved bipedal actions and are able to stand on two legs have achieved a higher level of intelligence. And when people listen and think, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. No, but if you think about it a little bit more, what about the chickens and the roosters? Yeah, you forgot about them? So I was kind of thinking myself a better characteristic that we could look at, trying to equate levels of intelligence. And I think flexibility is where it's at. That's the key characteristic. Flexibility. An animal's ability to be flexible is basically, you can relate that to their intelligence with respect to humans. And I can explain that. I mean, basically, what I'm saying is that any animal that can reach around and lick its own balls will never be as smart as a human. Okay? That's basically the theory. Any animal that can bend over and lick its own balls, that species will just be infested with morons throughout eternity. There's no hope for them, right? And think about it. Dogs, cats, squirrels, chipmunks, raccoons, any animal that can bend over down there and lick its own balls, they haven't got a chance. I mean, they spend their whole day eating, shitting, and licking their own balls. That's what they do, right? And I mean, I would venture to guess, actually, I will propose this theory. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this one, is that if humans were capable, if we were capable of licking our own balls, we would still be in the Stone Age. We would have never developed anything, we never would have went to the moon or even circumnavigated the globe or invented planting crops, or we would be running around the savannah and the forest with sticks, and we'd be distracted 30, 40 times a day licking our own balls. That's what we would be doing through no fault of our own, right? And fortunately, our inflexible spine has resulted in us eventually becoming intelligent and the dominant species. And I'll have you know that the second most intelligent animal on the planet, which is the dolphin, right? It's been measured and studied, and we are pretty sure that dolphins are the second most intelligent animals on the planet. They cannot lick their own balls. So there, I rest my case, right? And I mean, seriously, guys, think about it. Like a guy like Einstein, would he have wasted all that time thinking about the cosmos and the theory of relativity if he could lick his own balls? I think not. I mean, it's not proven, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct about this. Seeing a great replay from our hero here, BK. We're not gonna, get distracted by shit like that. We're gonna watch this, and as it turns out here, he's 1 versus 6, 1 versus 5. So, we missed most of the game, but he's 1 versus 5. Okay, this is the best part of the game. And now the collection of enemies that are left for him to face, I would venture to say, are pretty flexible guys. Like, that's one of them. I think most of the guys that he's going to fight now are very close, if not, maybe they can lick their own balls. If you know what I mean. Like, here comes one guy, and I believe he's very flexible in real life because he is going to just basically sit there and die. And okay, here comes the other guy, which I also think is a ball licker. The light tank that flanked, and I think he's going to just sit. He's probably licking his own balls right now. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. So, and now there's 2 left, and they are, well, there you go. I rest my case. The remaining 2 enemies are artillery players. So obviously, ball lickers, both of them, and it's in the bag now, right? Get it? It's in the bag. Sometimes I amaze myself. How it all comes around and ties together. Hey, you see that? Now that's a talent. That's a talent, I tell you. Okay. Oh, there's a ball licker right there. He's busy licking right now, and he's dead. Got tough. Okay. All right. Now let's get serious. He was 1 versus 6. He's in an inflexible tank with no turret. Get it? Inflexible. That means he's pretty smart. And he's got one last guy to kill. It's an artillery. He can be one-shot because it's a big artillery. And there's not a lot of time left. So what would you do in this situation? You were 1 versus 6. It's going to be an epic game if he wins. It'll be a forgotten game if it's a draw. Now that ball licker could be anywhere, right? He could be hiding anywhere on this map, licking his own balls somewhere, in the corner at A1 or something. So he cannot spend all of the rest of the time here looking for him. He does not have great view range, right? Look at the green circle. It's just, if I were him, I would go to the cap, set up an ambush, and, probably the ball licker won't even show up, right? That's my guess. And I've watched a lot of nature shows, and you tend to see patterns in the wildlife and in nature, and it can be related to regular life and human interaction and gaming as well. What's he doing here? He's trying to squeeze his head into this hole, which is, I don't even want to comment on that. I would not sit right near the opening there in case the guy comes through that opening and blasts you in the side. So that's probably not a good idea. And now his buddy, someone is pinging the map saying he's going to come from that side. Maybe that's a teammate that got shot by that artillery and knows that he is on that side. So, great input. So he's going, now you've got to set up and sit still with your camo netted binocs engaged. That would be, give you a little bit of advantage. And the ball licker will probably not even show up. And, we're going to make the win interesting. Even watching someone cap can be interesting on Klaus's channel. But I'll tell you what, if this guy actually shows up, I will take it back. Then he will not be a ball licker. I will raise him above the level of ball licker and actually call him, he's tried to win. So he's actually playing the game and giving it a good go. Hats off to you if you show up. And if you don't, you're just a ball licker. Let's see, is he going to show up? It's almost done here. What, 10 more seconds? Is he going to show up, or is he just a ball? Oh, he has shown up. Here he comes. Let's see what he does. Let's see. I take it back. He was a ball licker. Okay. You like those medals? Kolobanovs. And a whole bunch of them that I didn't mention. Look at this. Look at these results. No premium account. Huh? Huh? I tell ya, in his tank, not very flexible. No turret. Versus, a myriad of ball lickers. Like this guy here, unfortunately. A little bit too much time, trying to get, probably does a lot of yoga classes and really wants to be flexible, if you know what I mean.